morning. Today I'm going to show you just how I make these really sweet little toadstools. I've added a little charm to it. I add charms to a lot of my things actually, and that's sort of from the back, sort of from there. So these I sell, or will be selling on my stall for sort of the autumn. So as always, if you watched any of my other ones, I start off with a fantastically wonderful design. Just gives me a bit of an idea of my sizings, and I have already cut my glass, so sort of move you over there a little bit, bring you out a bit, so you can see I've done small red. Thought I'd just made some pumpkin orange, done a couple of purple. Purple is just such an expensive colour glass that I'm just not using it very much. Don't know about anybody else. This is on butterscotch, and then some pink, because we always need a bit of pink, and I thought the colours actually went quite well together as an autumn palette. And then I've cut the sort of the stems out sort of here. So as always, as you will know if you've watched any of my other ones, I don't really work off a template as such, so I tend to move this so I can do this. Tend to just work organically, and then my work is quite organic, so every piece then is never quite exactly the same. So just a score sort of this shape that I sort of kind of want from there, and then just using my running pliers, just snap it off. Need new ends on my running pliers, and then from there I'll just grind that little bit off, and then that's sort of the top, and then I will grind this. So I will grind sort of round here to create sort of like that sort of round edge, sort that one out, and then I sort of will sort of grind sort of into here. So I take a little bit off in there, literally just snap that out, just so it gives it that sort of bit of a toadstooly type shape. And then I will do that with all of the others. And then for the base, it's a little bit narrow at the top, and then go through to there. And again, don't use a template, just so each one then is completely and utterly organic. Snap them off, and then I'm going to grind these here. So we're over at my grinder. I always wear these, because if I don't, I can't recognise my own fingertips when I've been doing it. And then I will sort of grind on there. I've got water in there. I'm just going to try and turn the sound down so that you can't hear that. Work out how to turn the sound down, so I'll just have to do that after I've done the video. So hopefully you can see from here, and then I'm just going to, as you can see, so you grind the edges sort of round on there. I'll show you a little bit on the white one. That's what it looks at the moment. As you can see, a little bit more sort of rounded on there. I'm just going to finish this one off, and then I'll restart the video. So grinding's done. It's taken about 20 minutes to do sort of that, and I've also in the meantime, rather than waste anything, so things like these little bits which come off the edges, I cut out a bit about this, which is what I'm going to put behind when I put the hook on, so that it's the same sort of colour. So like on here, so you can see here, there, and then the hook is obviously between the two pieces of glass. So now I'm just going to decorate. Just using, I use Dove enamels for this, and then just make up a mix Love my little squeegee bottle, and then just add the little bits of weight on there as we go. Some random patterns, leaving that corner available to put my little hearts on, my little trademarky bit. It's not really a full trademark, but there we go. And then I draw hearts on lots of little things. And then so there we go. Not happy with that splodge there. Just going to remove that one. It's looked a bit watery. There we go. It's better. Right, then I will be taking these over to the kiln. And there they are, all assembled in the kiln, ready to go and fire. I've just got to put some items here, and then that'll be ready, and then they will come out of the kiln tomorrow morning.